Alright, so I'm back, and today we are going to take a look at the Transformers Combiner Wars Wave 3 Rook. I was going to wait to do this set for a while, but I actually just traded it away. So then I told the guy, I was like, hey, let me, Nick, but I said, let me review them first, and then I'll get them sent out to you. So I'm going to try and knock all these reviews out as quickly as I can, so you guys are going to get reviews all weekend from me for a change. So yeah, anyway, quick look at the packaging. It's packaging. It's woo. There's the back. Nick, if you're out there watching, do you want me to include the instructions and the comic books? Let me know. But yeah, it comes with instructions and a comic book. I don't know where the comic book is at the moment, but yeah. And there's Rook. And yeah, here he is in his robot mode. And I like him. Like the the truck from the Wave 2, I can't remember his name. Off-road. It's just a fun figure that's just random Transformer. So it's kind of cool. Now, I'm going to be incredibly surprised if we don't see a brawl out of this mold. I mean, seriously, you throw a green paint scheme on it and a cannon on the top, and you're pretty much good to go. Yeah. So, accessory-wise, he comes with the little foot hand thing. Pretty much the same that you've seen before. There's hand, there's foot. What is different is that he doesn't have portholes. So instead he's got the portholes in the front. So you could, if you really wanted to, give him the ginormous hands, which is stupid. And then he does come with this gun doohickey, which you can kind of plug into his shoulder like that if you wanted to. Don't know why you'd want to. You can plug it in like that. Not too terrible bad. Or you can plug it in like this, and it's kind of like claw weapon thing, which that's better. But it's still weird that he doesn't have handholds. It's just strange. I think he's one of the first Transformers in a very long time to have that. Posability. His head is on a ball joint. Yep. So you get a little up and down, a little side to side, all the way around. It's also on this plate here, so you can kind of get it bent up a little bit more. But then you kind of break up the aesthetics. Shoulder is on a ball joint, so you get pretty good range of motion there. This is also on a hinge here, so you can actually pose his arms back a little bit, like he's doing something dynamic, which is pretty cool. There is a bicep swivel, bends at the elbow, nothing at the hand. Waist rotates. Hips are on ball joints. Thigh swivel, bends at the knee. And then the foot has a pivot, and it's got a rocker out, and then the toe pivots. So he's got some of the best foot articulation in the Combiner Wars lines thus far, which is pretty cool. And like I said, I like him. Like I said, I'd be really surprised if we don't get a brawl out of this mold. And quite frankly, I'd like to see an Ironhide out of this mold too. That probably wouldn't look too bad. Better than the Universe one that we had. But yeah, to transform him, like all Combiner Wars, he's not very complicated. So you want to flip these legs up like so. Rotate this piece down like this. And it just kind of sits on the back there. Rotate that up. And these sections will just tab together, like so. Pull this up out of the way for a minute. This will rotate up and in like so. And there is a little tab right here that the back of these forearms will tab into. There you go. And then there's another tab right there that'll plug in right there. So it just kind of all lines up. And like so. Then you take the head, rotate it all the way around, and it just flips up like so. Which I guess, I mean, it's decent. It's not terrible, but it's not the greatest idea. And then you just close it up, and there you have Rook. Wheels roll pretty easily. You can plug this in here if you want to. There or there. The hand has a porthole right there. So if you wanted, you can plug this in right there and have kind of like a rocket launchers plus the little grapple thing, which makes it off center. There you go. And voila. Yeah. He's not the greatest piece of engineering out there. But he's also not very bad. Rumor is that these things are all going to start hitting the price of $20 a pop. I mean, who are we kidding now? Are you really gonna not buy something because it hit $20 a pop? I mean, I know Bobby Skullface. Love his videos. He's an awesome guy. Definitely check him out if you haven't seen him. But you know, he was saying like if these things aren't quite the same cost as Marvel Legend, like they're not worth that same kind of plastic. And while I agree with the Marvel Legends are amazing figures, I also remember when they were only $7 or $8 a piece, Marvel Legends, and these guys were 10. The deluxes were 10, and then slowly Marvel Legends got to $20 range, and these guys are just now hitting the $20 range. So talk about a and talk about a bad pricing there. And the Marvel Legends used to come with all those really big pieces. Like I remember the Gambit I had like this whole like half a Sentinel base. It was all pretty cool. Anyways, what I'm saying is that back then, you know, prices are all going to go up for everything that we buy. So, you know, that just kind of goes with the territory. But is this guy worth it? I don't know. I like him a lot. I'm going to give him let's do size comparisons real quick. Seeker mold. You see he's a little bit bigger than a Seeker. Legends, who's still holding the Matrix. So this scales pretty well with that one. That looks pretty good. And that looks pretty awesome. So there you go. And then at the end of the next 5 videos, I will have I'll do the full shot with all of them. As we go, I'm gonna add one more to each one. So anyway, because he's not an actual character, I can't sit here and say, oh yeah, this is a must-have. Especially since if this was the only use of this mold that we were gonna get, then I'd say yeah, we should pick it up. But chances are we're gonna get something else out of it. Like I said, I'd be surprised if we don't get a Brawl, possibly Ironhide. This definitely pegs me as an Ironhide type mold. I know Ironhide's a van, but I mean they could retool it a little bit, but that's my hypothesis. Maybe Ironhide, most likely Brawl, because this just screams Brawl to me. Just give him a turret and he's good to go. Different head sculpt, obviously. But yeah, so yeah, since he's not a real character, I can't sit here and say go get him. I'd say, don't hesitate picking up like the whole set if you buy the whole set at once. like at BBTS. You know, don't be like, oh man, I don't want to buy that because it has Rook. You know, I think Rook is he's pretty good. If you're just looking for an extra Autobot trooper, here you go. And we might not even get the Groove in the US, from what the rumor is. So you might need him for your Defensor anyway. So that's up to you. All I can say is I like the mold. It's a good mold. It's a fun character, but I have no attachment to it. So yeah. What did I say? 8 out of 10. I think I'll stick to that. I think it's a pretty solid little deluxe. Again, my ratings are also based on the price of the figure. So if it's a cheap figure and still pretty good, then he gets a higher rating. When something like this, very expensive figure, you know, I hold much higher standards. So, you know, if these two figures like that get the same rating, that's why. Some people don't understand my rating system. But yeah, there you go. Rook. I like him.